Dreams welcome.
Dreams welcome.
Wow, dreams welcome.
Dreams welcome. That's an interesting theme.
What does dreams welcome mean to me?
To me, dreams welcome.
I think dreams welcome means that there are no limits.
The sky is the limit.
Dreams welcome to me means we all need to strive to continue to work to better our community. And if you're going to dream, then dream big. And others will welcome your dream.
A dream's welcome to me means just go for it. Dreams are welcome, so just take the chance and make it happen.
Don't be afraid to dream. We look around at all these other communities and their funds and what they've doing and whatever, and it's just like, wow. So if they can do it, we can do it.
We're more interested in figuring out what can be done as opposed to what can't be done.
As a younger person, what are your dreams that you see?
You're welcome to come here and build your life and follow your dreams. It's kind of like, we know you have dreams and we want this to be the place where you start them and follow them.
We're welcoming you to dream, to be able to dream and to express your dreams.
You're supposed to be doing what you're passionate about, and that's what your career is supposed to be. I think people get so stuck focusing on what's practical, what's going to provide for me, but in reality, you can do what fuels your fire.
Any sort of little passion, whether it's niche or whether it's overarching, is always encouraged.
I think that the biggest difference makers in my life have taken what I've told them, even the craziest of ideas, and really helped me want to grow with those dreams and those passions, and just let me be who I want to be, but still support me along the way.
If you come to your small town or city or wherever that may be and you have an idea of something that you want to start, if you have that dream, that there are resources in the community and people in the community who are willing to allow you to make those dreams happen.
Dreams welcome is a term that's inclusive to any and all dreams, no matter how big they may seem.
To me, dreams are something that are hopeful, they're future-oriented, they help you look forward, they're visionary. And for me, I tend to live in that world in chamber economic development work, but it's fun to see other people really start to dream and to become a part of the team that's helping shape the future.
Dreams welcome. That's countercultural to rural Nebraska because we typically have a conservative state of mind. Dreams are important to them, but their dreams are framed by a certain frame. And so it's really hard to get them a lot of times to break through the ceiling, to break out into some really different ways of thinking, of which would take their community to a level that would really make it attractive to people today. And it's coming. It's going to happen. Hopefully the next 10 years will come along quicker than the last 30 have come along anyway. So Nebraska Community Foundation is really a game changer, though. It's really, I don't think we would have been near as far in McCook without the help of what they've helped us, how they've helped us dream. So.
Hi, I'm Crystal Giannakaki.
I am Allie James, and we represent the Humboldt Community Foundation.
We're proud to support projects in Humboldt, including recent investments in our city parks, municipal auditorium, and the HTRS Public School District.
The Humboldt Community Foundation is invested in the future of our community, ensuring that it's a good place to live, work, and raise a family.
Dreams are welcome in Humboldt.
Hi, I'm Wade Walters with the Shickley Community Foundation Fund here in Shickley, Nebraska, home of the newly constructed 50 Flags Veterans Memorial. The Shickley Community Foundation Fund has focused our giving on projects such as this, the 50 Flags Memorial, as well as other community and civic organization projects, as well as the school, that help make our town a great big little town.
Hi, I'm Janice Bergstrom, a proud member of the 3-year-old Axtell Community Fund. Greetings from the Windmill City. Our fund is working to engage our youth, helping them to feel connected, with the goal that they will choose Axtell for their future home. We are also excited to be partnering with a local development group on a $60,000 Hometown Challenge grant. Come join us. Your dreams are welcome in Axtell.
Hi, welcome to Wallace, Nebraska.
I'm Sean Gartrell with Walls Community Foundation Fund. Our FAC has helped our community recently with several projects. We purchased video equipment so that we could show drive-in movies at the Ball Diamond. We replaced toilets and sinks in the bathroom at the Ball Diamond. We replaced the back door and repaired HVAC at the Legion Hall. We purchased a pottery kiln for school art projects, and we helped pay for painting of our community hall. Looking forward to helping make Wallace a great place to live now and in the future. Dreams are welcome in Wallace.
Dreams are welcome in Bangor.
Hi, this is Shannon Oberding from the Atkinson Community Foundation Fund in Atkinson, Nebraska. This year, our FAC made it a goal to find impactful grants we could make throughout our community. Let me take you around town and show you what we've been working on. Atkinson Community Foundation gave a multi-year grant to the West Holt Medical Services to expand their outpatient availability, which is a $4.6 million project. Atkinson FAC also helped St. Joseph's Catholic School with a grant called Bridging the Learning Gap. This enabled them to buy new technology for the 2020-2021 school year. Finally, our FAC gave a multi-year grant to the Miles of Smiles program. This program brings dental screenings and fluoride washes to our local schools and students who may not have access to regular dental care.
Dreams are welcome in Atkinson.
I'm Melanie Flynn.
And I'm Jessica Piskorski.
And we are with the Valley County Community Foundation Fund.
This year, we are focused on providing quality care and development opportunities for our Valley County youth.
Our dream is to have Valley County be a destination for families to live, work, and play. Dreams are welcome in Valley County.
Greetings from Bertrand, home of the Bertrand Vikings. I'm Beverly Hansen with the Bertrand Area Community Fund. Joining me today at the Bertrand Community School Library is Mr. Panda. Hi, Mr. Panda. Our goal for our 10th anniversary, September 2021, is to reach $1 million in unrestricted funds. Dreams are welcome in Bertrand.
I'm Jay Wallinger, owner of Wallinger Financial Services.
And I'm John Schmatter, president of the Tri-County Bank. Together we're dreaming big from downtown Stuart, Nebraska.
Hello, I'm Jonna Cole with the Stuart Community Foundation Fund in Stuart, Nebraska.
Hi, I'm Janet Brewster. I'm a member of the Stuart Community Foundation Fund.
My name is Delma Borg and I'm with the Stuart Community Foundation Fund. In Stuart, we have blown past our goal for our endowment campaign.
With the help of NCF and the Sherwood Foundation, we are focused and passionate about building our unrestricted endowment.
Even though 2020 was a challenging year with the COVID-19 pandemic, we are still smiling in Stuart, Nebraska, as you can see by our annual t-shirts.
Currently, our FAC and our community are working on an early childhood development program. We have lots of babies.
Hopefully this will help our community and encourage young people to move back to Stuart.
I'm particularly proud of our fund this year. We were able to partner to bring safe, affordable housing, and we were also able to partner to bring a science and enrichment camp into our community for our children.
But that's just a start, because all dreams are welcome in Stuart, Nebraska.
We're excited to welcome you to Diller, Nebraska. We are the proud home of the Diller Picnic, which has been in operation for 123 years.
We have been focusing on youth engagement and building leadership for future generations. We are excited about our new park renovation this year and our legacy campaign starting in 2021 to build our endowment for future generations.
So keep the dreams a-comin'!
Hello from downtown Norfolk. I'm Helen Collins with the Norfolk Area Community Foundation Fund. Here in Norfolk, we are working to create sustainable and innovative projects to help make an impact on people's lives. Dreams are welcome in Norfolk.
Hello, I'm Ann Dvorak, representing the Rock County Community Fund, and I am here with you today at the future site of our community center, the Rock County Fairgrounds. This year our fund was able to reach our halfway mark for the funds needed to build our community center. Dreams are welcome in Rock County.
Greetings from the Stratton Community Foundation Fund. are welcome in Stratton.
Hi, I'm Lorena Beckius with the Keith County Community Foundation and coming from Ogallala, Nebraska, the cowboy capital, and the place where everyone greets you with a smile.
I'm Ken Snyder from the Keith County Foundation Fund, inside the Petrified Wood Gallery in Ogallala. Last year, a new library was completed, for which KCFF contributed $100,000. We donated $60,000 to an effort to bring more housing to Keith County, and we committed $50,000 to launch our first ever Big Give.
In Keith County, we're focusing on early childhood development, housing development, and first impressions of our community. We want to work with everyone to make a bigger and greater impact in our community by working together. Dreams are welcome in Keith County.
Greetings from the Irish capital of Nebraska. I'm Susan Wakefield, and I'm pleased to represent the O'Neill Community Foundation Fund. We are proud of the awesome fund we have built and the fund growth we have worked so hard to achieve over the past few years. O'Neill is definitely a place where dreams are welcome.
Hi, I'm Jeff Hansen with the Courage Area Fund in the heart of Cedar County. We are a new fund being established only 2 years ago. Since then, we have provided a facelift to our community center. Our all-class reunion planned for this past summer has been postponed till next summer. We are also trying to build our unrestricted endowment for community improvements. Our latest fundraising effort is a $250,000 park project that will be rolling out soon and is a perfect example of our vision, growing roots for future generations. Dreams are welcome in Courage.
Greetings from southwest Nebraska, or more specifically Red Willow Lake north of McCook. I'm Rhonda Graff, and in the summer, this lake is teeming with ski boats and fishermen. The campground is full of RVs, and you might even spot a bison or two when you pull in. And as if that isn't enough, we're expanding the hiking and biking trails. And just in case you forget your bike, the McCook Community Foundation Fund's youth group, YCR, has started a bike sharing program.
I'm standing in what will be the future home of Norris Alley. Right now it's a parking lot, but when you come out here next year, it'll be full of people, activities, and it'll serve as a tribute to the legend of being the home of the greatest U.S. Senator ever, Senator George W. Norris.
Hi, this is Matt Sainert from McCook, where we believe that art is more than entertainment. Buffalo Common Storytelling Festival, the Simply Strings Orchestra, community theater, and much, much more. Art builds us humans from the inside out.
Hello, I'm Peggy Bean of McCook Community Foundation Fund, greeting you from the beautiful lobby of the former Keystone Hotel. McCook is the city of Nebraska statesmen, and this stately building is an example of how we honor our past while looking forward to our future.
Service is the rent we pay for the space we occupy in this world. It's a motto we try to live by in McCook. I'm Dale Doolin, Vice Chair of the McCook Foundation Fund and the Nebraska Community Foundation Board of Directors. I'm here in front of the McCook City Library and the future site of the Burdell and Nelson Technology Center. This center was made possible by over $1 million from families who believe in McCook.
So although the water may be a little bit too cold right now, there's always something to do in McCook and southwest Nebraska, where dreams are always welcome. But it's not too cold for me.
We are the Youth Grant Committee with the Brown County Community Foundation Fund. Our fund collaborates with community projects like the Angel Grand Theater to promote the quality of life for our residents in Brown County. We're striving to grow our endowment and continuing to work with the community to make it more impactful growth. Dreams are welcome in Brown County.
I'm Doug Friedley. Greetings from Nebraska City. 20 years ago, we started with planting a dream, just a little twig, called the Nebraska City Community Foundation Fund. Over the years, it's grown and we've added more branches to help other organizations fulfill their dreams. This year, we're helping 3 local organizations plant endowments so that they can fulfill their dreams of sustaining their organizations. Welcome to Nebraska City, where dreams are welcome here.
Hi, I'm Kelly Heiser, And we are representing
the Lynch Area Future Fund.
We became an affiliated fund with Nebraska Community Foundation just a year ago. And in that short time, we've raised over $100,000 to go towards our future park relocation and rebuilding project, which is where we're coming to from today in Lynch. The people of this community have worked really hard to get this project going, and we plan to start groundbreaking in April, which is super exciting with our splash pad. So just everyone remember, dreams are welcome in Lynch.
Hi, I'm Megan Helber, coming at you from Taylor, Nebraska, part of the Calamus Area Community Fund. A dream that we have seen come true is the Taylor Community Arboretum, right here in our town square. A dream that we have for the future is breaking ground on the Kevin Brown Educators Memorial Trail. This will be a 5K trail just north of town. Here in Burwell, our dream is to have record crowds for the 100th anniversary of Nebraska's Big Rodeo. It will be held in July of 2021. We hope to see you there. Dreams are welcome in Burwell.
Hi, I'm Michelle Ross, and I'm with the Perkins County Community Foundation. We would like to welcome you here and like to show you some of our projects that we have accomplished over the years from when we started in 2003. The first one we've done was with our Veterans Memorial here with our Scout account, which we had set up with a member who was doing a project. And we started that project with him, and we were able to help him take donations and finish this wonderful memorial for our veterans around Perkins County. Now with our current project, which you can see behind us, is our aquatic account that we have set up with the City of Grant for a new pool that will be finished hopefully by this summer of 2021. Dreams are welcomed here in Perkins County.
Greetings from the Neely Area Community Fund. We are standing by our banner that we use to help promote our organization.
If you've never been to Neely, we encourage you to come and visit the Neely Mill, Riverside Park, the Drive-In Theater, and the many museums we have in our community.
Fundraising has started on our unrestricted endowment, which is being help funded by the Blackburn Challenge Grant. We hope to raise $300,000 to help our organizations within our community.
Welcome to Crofton, the friendliest little town by a dam site. My name is John Zavadil. I'm part of the Crofton Community Foundation Fund. Our mission is to continue to have a prosperous community and add to the betterment of the area. Crofton is filled with very special people, and our alumni and our history are very important to our community. We're excited to recently have received a generous donation of $1 million from a family that once called Crofton their home and wanted to see the community continue to prosper, be a place where we can have our dreams, and be a place we're proud to call home. Dreams are welcome in Crofton.
Redcom, great place to be again. Be again. Be again. Look ahead.
Hi, I'm Kathy Hurd from the Howells Community Fund. And I just want to say that I am so proud of our Howells community. We started our endowment in 2013 with $50,000 and had no idea where we were going. We joined the Nebraska Community Foundation, and we gained training from people that knew what they were doing. We gained an entire network of people just like us across the state to share ideas with, and we gained opportunities.
5 years ago, my late mother-in-law, Dorothy Maestrick, had a dream. Her dream was to apply for the Sherwood Foundation grant, and not only apply, but to meet the challenge.
I'm pleased to announce we will meet our goal for the Sherwood grant.
Our small village of approximately 600 people has raised over $500,000 in 4 years and received a $250,000 grant.
And our community is getting pretty excited when things begin to happen on a larger scale, and it helps them just dream bigger. So that part has really been fun too. So we help the dreams become realities, and the good news is that really we're just beginning.
Dreams are welcome.
Dreams are welcome.
Dreams are always welcome in Howells. Wish we could be together.
This is a year of change, challenge, adaptation, and pivots. Some things slowed down, others stopped altogether. The way we learn, work, volunteer, and spend time with loved ones, all have been impacted by COVID-19. But one thing was impervious to the effects of the global pandemic, and that's the Nebraska Community Foundation's network's resolve to build a greater Nebraska. Good evening. I'm Jeff Yost, President and CEO of the Nebraska Community Foundation. Every year in November, hundreds of community volunteers across the state convene under one roof to learn from one another, celebrate the countless achievements of this network, and work toward our shared purpose of building stronger communities and a greater Nebraska. Over the past 25 years, the NCF network has grown exponentially. NCF affiliated funds are now present in 270 communities in 82 of Nebraska's 93 counties. When you look around the state and see the progress happening in our hometowns, you'll often find that that good work can be traced back to an NCF affiliated fund and the ambitious Nebraskans in our network. Dreams Welcome Week looked a little different than in past annual celebrations, but it got the job done. 4 days, 275 people, 11 Zoom training sessions, 62 affiliated funds represented, the expertise and experience of 123 mentors lifted up and shared with fellow Nebraskans who care about the future of their communities. This year, dozens of affiliated funds stepped up to help their hometowns cope with the COVID-19 pandemic. Even in the midst of our efforts to flatten the curve, neighbors stepped up to help those in need. Goals were met, grants were made, work got done. Most importantly, our grassroots network, now 1,500 strong, never stopped dreaming. A collaboration between statewide funders and local affiliated funds invested $1.2 million to bridge the learning gap in 51 greater Nebraska schools. That money has purchased technology necessary to facilitate virtual learning. It's been used to get the personal protective equipment necessary to keep our kids and teachers safe. It's launched an expansive mental health program that you'll hear about in a few minutes. 2020 also didn't stop us from meeting a major milestone. $50 million in unrestricted community endowments. $50 million. That's forever capital that will never stop working for our hometowns. Unrestricted community endowments are the height of NCF mission fulfillment. These locally controlled, flexible endowments are opportunity capital that we can use to catalyze change, progress, and prosperity in our home places. A few other points of pride. Total assets are now $190 million. Over 45,000 gifts have been made to affiliated funds in the past 5 years. $38 million was granted and dispersed in 2020, and in 25 years, the NCF network has reinvested $393 million in our hometowns. It's truly remarkable and progress we've all made together. None of this would be possible without the organizations, foundations, businesses, families, and individuals that fuel this mission with their generosity. These donors provided significant support for our mission this year. Able Foundation, Bridges Trust, Bruning State Bank, Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, Graff Charitable Foundation, Pinnacle Bank, Union Bank and Trust, Wayne and Bev Buller, Laura Dammy and Jay Longenaker, Kurt and Jareen Cruz, Judy and Ron Parks, Lynn and Dana Roper, Al and Lois Stoiter, Bob and Jean Stoll, and Steve and Sandy Wendell. In addition, please see your screen for a list of other very generous donors who help underwrite our community building work. Thank you all for your support. Finally, thank you to the countless Nebraskans who are giving back to the places they love with their time, talent, and treasure. We thank each and every one of you. You are what makes Nebraska such a great place to live, work, raise a family, start a business, have a dream, and belong. The NCF network has accomplished so much, and we are incredibly proud and grateful. But there is more to do. The intergenerational transfer of wealth is massive and continues to move rapidly. We think $600 billion, that's $600 billion, will transfer in the next 50 years. What if just a small portion of that wealth, say 5%, was given back to the communities where it was made and accumulated? That's $30 billion. That's a game changer. Those resources could make a significant impact and create more magnetic communities in an opportune moment. This year has taught us that we can live and work wherever we want. Why not right here in Nebraska? We are at an important moment in Nebraska's history. Our 2020 youth survey revealed just how many young people are already envisioning their future in greater Nebraska. Others have yet to see the abundant opportunities available to them or have yet to be invited. This unusual time has left us all reevaluating what is truly important. For many, that could mean joining the ranks of a community of Nebraskans we celebrate often, returners and newcomers to our extraordinary hometowns. Let's all invite people to be in community with us. My fellow Nebraskans, this is our moment. We are the people we've been waiting for. We have the assets, the vision, the narrative, the leadership, the technology, the relationships, and the trust. Let's look to each other for the courage to seize this moment and make Nebraska a place everyone belongs. All dreams are welcome here.
It's just kind of like the world stopped, right, in March. To think what happened would happen in the United States was shocking, and it was the same for Seward, because it's so frustrating, and I think the community felt like what can we do?
We've been talking about creating a fund that really would be an inclusive fund, but unrestricted. And we haven't had that before in Seward County. So this was really just a gift to have this fund start at this time, especially in light of COVID.
We were kind of starting from scratch. And so we had two big donors step up to initially fund our account, the COVID account. When I look back now to March, what we've done with this fund and the word out for the Legacy Fund, and we've already hit our first $50,000 seed money for the Legacy side, is amazing in this time and the recognition and what we can do. And so it's amazing what we've helped just because of COVID with these organizations, but also for the Legacy Fund itself. I'm very happy to be part of that, so.
Obviously, through the COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of our local businesses got hit really hard. And so the partnership between the Legacy Fund, our economic development funds, LB 840, and then also local customers and encouraging them to go out and support their favorite local businesses created an amazing partnership across the county. So we called it Time Promotion, which stands for Triple Impact Match Event. Very clever, we know. We had 75 total businesses across the county. We actually had $207,977.97 of total local impact through this program. And that just gives me hope for the future and just makes me so proud of the neighbors that I live with.
It's just been amazing to see the Legacy Fund of Seward County, the donors step up and really make a difference for our students and staff members. The issues that we addressed were the issues of our youngest students in our school district, possibly having some achievement issues related to those early literacy scores and early math scores. So we did approach the Legacy Fund about trying to find different ways to support our students. And one of those ways we were able to do that was to secure a program called Path Blazers. And Path Blazers allows us to provide that intervention in school and at home using a variety of technology measures. But the Legacy Fund also helped us with providing an additional school nurse in our nursing program, which has been fantastic in meeting the physical and the social emotional needs of our students.
Without the grant funds, we would not have been able to purchase the technology that we did, the learning management systems, the mobile hotspots. A lot of our schools are already struggling financially anyway with the lack of resources. And then to add a huge project that really you would spend years planning, raising funds for, and then to initiate, and we tried to really secure a plan and put it in place within just a couple of months.
We use that grant pretty much every day because we check our kids' temperatures as they come in. We use the thermometers. We also have shields to protect the people that are doing that. We also built a wall in between a bathroom that was shared between 2 classrooms, so that also if one classroom had to be shut down, that we wouldn't have to shut down another one. And hopefully that will be the case, that if ever we have any exposure, we don't have to affect our whole center.
It is so rewarding, and especially when you see the people, they are so grateful, so appreciative of the food that we're giving them. Now with COVID, many of these people are really dealing with hard times, and for them to be able to come here and get fresh produce and get some meat and some dairy products and get some canned goods that will tide them over, I think it's made a difference.
Families found themselves in places that they've not been before. People suddenly became out of work. People with children, people with extended family members all of a sudden living in their homes. And food in particular became a great need. Dairy products, especially when you have children in the home, are extremely important, and that's part of why we chose to use part of our Legacy Fund money towards FoodNet providing some dairy products. That does something to your esteem, and that helps you know that you're still valued in our community and as part of the people of our county.
So our fund so far has given out over $125,000 to the community, and that has ranged from senior centers in Milford, Utica, and Seward to the schools. We've helped the Historical Society, FoodNet, rent assistance for CASA, just really have hit the gamut on different organizations that have had need because of COVID, mostly because they can't do their own fundraisers and things that help them out. So that's been just nice to do, and it's an amazing impact for Seward County.
We want to focus on at least some positives that we've experienced through this difficult time of COVID-19. I think it really has helped us highlight how strong our community is and how strong our relationships are. And it really showed that we're not in competition with one another. We're here to support, build each other up, and serve the next generation the best that we can. These are our future leaders of our community, and we want to show them how strong a small town can be and the impact that we can have, and get them to want to, after college, come back here and raise their children here too. And I think our students are going to walk away seeing how great it is to live in Seward.
Hello, my name is Rita Luongo, and I am privileged to be the chair of the Hebron Community Fund. I also work as the development director at Thayer County Health Services, the hospital, and the medical clinics throughout Thayer County. In this role, I also get to work closely with the hospital affiliated fund. I don't think I need to tell any of you how stressful the current pandemic has been for all of us, whether we're adults or children. There is fear and anxiety about what the future holds, and it can often lead to us feeling overwhelmed. COVID-19 has disrupted all of our lives, whether we're adults, no matter where we live, or how old we are. In children, this stress can affect their ability to learn and their overall psychological health. In children, the result may be seen in increased anxiety, depression, and other negative behaviors. This may be because they don't really understand why they can't see loved ones like their grandparents, or why they can't spend time with their friends. All they know is that their normal routines have been completely disrupted. Even before the pandemic, Thayer County Health Services was working to have a behavioral health program established to address the needs of Thayer County. Community needs assessment surveys done on Thayer County have consistently shown that we are an underserved population for mental health needs. The hospital currently has a program that provides behavioral health services for our seniors aged 65 and older, but we lack services for students and young adults. When the Bridging the Learning Gap grant was expanded earlier this year to include behavioral health programs, our hospital fund saw this as the perfect opportunity to get funding to help get this program up and running. In working with the Nebraska Community Foundation, we soon realized that maybe this was an opportunity to dream even bigger. We saw it as a chance that we could work with maybe other affiliated funds. In looking over the grant application, we realized there were no restrictions on other funds applying for the same program. So the hospital fund then worked with the Hebron Community Fund. We decided that both of us would complete the grant application for the same hospital behavioral health program. I think we began to realize that if we were funded, this would have a huge impact on the 3 K-12 public schools in Thayer County, as well as the 1 parochial elementary school. This was an opportunity to invest not just in our youth of today, but it was a chance to really invest in future generations. Well, to our excitement, in September, we found out that both applications were funded. Now, with increased funds, the hospital got really serious about their recruiting efforts. Already, they have hired a behavioral health nurse practitioner that will begin working with this program in late November. Because of the grants received, the hospital is already thinking bigger. They're thinking about working towards hiring a second counselor. The Bridging the Learning Gap grant was the perfect catalyst to get this project up and running. This project showed how several affiliated funds can work together to improve the lives, well, actually, the mental health of the communities they serve. When we all work together on a common goal, we find out that we are stronger together. This new behavioral health program will not only help children, it will be a great resource for parents, for their families, and for educators, as we all, I guess, try to navigate what the new normal is. Addressing the mental health needs of Thayer County will enable us all to continue to be the welcoming place for young families. Thank you.
Welcoming community means a smile.
You see smiling faces, you see people approach you even though you don't know them at all.
It's all about the people. You know, when someone new moves to town, whether they're from 30 miles away or 3 hours away, everyone's included.
A welcoming community to me is a place where you're invited to move back home to.
Just the simplest invitation like that can really go a long way.
A welcoming community to me is inviting. It's pleasant to the eye.
The first impressions are always important when you come into a community.
It's something that you probably don't think about because you're part of the community.
People that come into community are going to want to see clean streets and well-kept houses and a community that has pride in its schools and its churches and its other public buildings.
A welcoming community, in my mind, is a place where it's very hard to be anonymous.
When new people come in, we try to be intentional about figuring out where do they want to fit and to connect them where they want to get connected.
I think that making sure there's connections being made between people, between groups, between businesses.
Businesses reach out just to encourage one another, build each other up, and you don't wait for you to say that you have a need, they'll just automatically reach out and lend a hand.
Feeling so welcome to the point where within the past year and a half, I now call this place home.
Making you feel at home in the community and relaxed about your thoughts and opinions and feel that you can express them.
I think a welcoming community is a community that has lots of opportunities to get involved and to make it a better place.
Everybody is a part of the community in some way.
We're going to build together. We're going to build the future together.
If you feel that there is something in the community that isn't working right, a welcoming community is allowing you to point those things out and equips you to work to make those changes.
A welcoming community is open to all people.
There's a space for everyone.
Willing to wrap their arms around a newcomer.
Be open and welcoming and inclusive.
Welcome any and all ideas.
We're in this world together. We all need to live together and be welcome to everyone. Not all of us are the same.
It's a happy place, a generous place, where people give what they can to make things the best that they can be.
Hello and welcome to Dreams Welcome. My name is Carlos Bárcenas with I Choose Purple, and what a wonderful invitation of what makes it home. So I am a Mexican immigrant or a Mexican citizen by birth and a U.S. citizen by choice. And you know, home is not 2 hours away or 3 hours away or 5 miles or 10 miles away. Actually, home is 22,000 miles away and more like 40 hours away. So I am technically a transplant from Mexico to Nebraska, which is now home. And in this journey, I remember one of the last, the day before we left home, we had family gathered at the table to say our goodbyes and to say, well, we will see you soon. And with that, we started driving to Nebraska and had to change my dreams and had to figure out what dreams look like for me now. And you know, making it a welcoming community, it is all the things that you heard. It's about, we want to hear your voice. You are invited to be at the table. We want to see your smile. And I have to tell you that in my transition here, there were times that I was invited to the table, but sometimes there wasn't a spot for me. Or I was invited to the party, but maybe the doors were closed. But in this journey, one thing that has made it home and it has changed is that those invitations have been, or home is now all the relationships that I have with many of you across Nebraska, all the staff and the families at the Nebraska Community Foundation and the affiliated funds, but also all the welcoming smiles and conversations that I have been able to build with you across Nebraska. That is home. So what makes it home? What makes a place welcoming? And I have to say that it's a good reminder. If you're not familiar with Connecting Young Nebraskans, which is an affiliated fund of the Nebraska Community Foundation, what makes it home is having your voice be heard. We started a series not too long ago called All Voices at the Table. And you know, as you're looking into your community to make it welcoming, to make a place for everybody, focus on that. Focus on how can we make everyone's voice heard at the table. And that's what made it feel home, the invitation and people around me saying, you belong here and we want to hear from you. So as you are looking into new relationships, or you're looking into the transplants being coming to your community or new faces, I invite you to lean in into that, to lean in and make it an invitation to maybe the unknown, the uncomfortable but comfortable. Make it an invitation, make it an opportunity to build relationships and continue to dream and make Nebraska home. So lean into that invitation.
When people ask me what I want to be when I grow up,
That is the golden question.
this is a hard question. Gosh, this is such a hard question for me.
Am I looking at you?
Oh, gosh.
I had to think deeply.
Sorry, I'm going to start over.
I do want to work with nonprofits.
I'd love to be an attorney. It's kind of my lifelong goal.
I want to be a conservation biologist. I for sure am open to a future in Nemaha County. I could definitely see myself living in a rural community in the future.
I think I would think about a future in my hometown.
So growing up, I've never really been able to experience the rest of the state of Nebraska. So with this internship opportunity, being able to connect with the other interns across the state has been really cool. Being able to see where they're from and kind of what they're working on. And it's always, those connections are something that's always going to last. And so if I do find myself back here in my community, being able to have those connections in other communities just like ours, it's going to be something to benefit me in the long run.
I was the guinea pig hometown intern last summer, and honestly that experience changed my whole perspective on what it means to be in a community. It changed my perspective on my hometown. It helped shape what I want to do with my life after college. I didn't really know that going into last summer. So having that transformative experience and working with an organization that I just really love their purpose and their values helped me to gain a love for the work of community development.
But I think one of the important things, especially because so much of the work you did was based on building relationships in your community.
In my role this summer, I get the privilege of working with all 12 of the interns that we have, and so they're scattered all over the state. So we've been doing a really wide variety of workshops and meetings, and as an opportunity to learn beyond just what they're learning in their communities, but also build community with each other as a group, especially because we didn't necessarily get the opportunity to meet in person this summer. We felt it was really important to meet as a group, even if it was virtually multiple times throughout the summer.
I wanted to get involved when I heard about NCF's intern program because I thought this would be a good chance to get involved with my hometown in a way that I haven't been before. And it also gave me the opportunity to meet people in my community that I haven't necessarily been able to, even though I have lived here my entire life. Over the summer, I've been doing a lot with the asset mapping in the community, which is not necessarily tangible businesses, because the businesses that you see on the street right now, I've learned more about the kind of invisible behind-the-scenes organizations, which has been really cool, because, I mean, those are the organizations that really push your community forward, that bring the businesses here.
This summer, I was able to set up a really organized kind of database for all of our nonprofits in Perkins County. And then I was able to ask them kind of what projects they've been working on, what they've been needing assistance with, if there's any way that we could help them. And through that, I was able to make a lot of the relationships between the community foundation and just all of the nonprofits so much better.
There you go. Woo! I think my work is making a difference because Boone County does need a lot of the resources that I worked on. And I know there has been a big issue with like childcare in Boone County, and so ways that they're trying to counteract that is with their Boone Beginnings, which is kind of like a childcare center, and then also with Cardinal Kids Club. So by like working on curriculum, I know that it's going to be put to use and it's a big part of the community in the future.
We surveyed all of our high school kids to find out why they would come home or why they wouldn't come back to Brown County, and we also found out what people of all ages in our community value. We did several promotional videos as well as wrote articles and talked to several community leaders. I was absolutely so surprised by how much support we received on our social media. I thought we would get maybe 1,000 likes, but over 10,000 people saw both of our videos, and it was just amazing to see how much people truly cared about just this small town in the middle of the Sandhills that no one hears about. So.
Hello, welcome to Columbus, Nebraska. Today I will be showing you some of my favorite places in Columbus.
So most of my tasks this summer came from the Columbus Area United Way, specifically helping adults in the community improve their job relevant skills. So I interviewed a lot of service providers trying to assess the needs of the community, the current needs as they're always evolving. We put together a survey to kind of take it a step farther so we could actually talk to those in need, those who fall into the working class poor. And we just received a lot of new data on what our needs really are in the community, which will hopefully help the United Way and the Future Fund serve better.
This summer I'm doing a lot of like social media things for my fund. One of the biggest things they wanted me to work on was just getting their name out there, and so being able to create videos, create graphics, and work on their social media pages is pretty cool because that's exactly what I enjoy doing, and so it didn't even feel like I was working.
If you gave this place a chance, you can make something good
That's what my mother said to me.
Working on the Dream Switch project. Hopefully we can get that running up soon. So recently I'm working on an arts inventory, a sharing of skills, virtually, talent show here in our community, a poster art contest. Those are some things that are leading up to the Dream Switch. It's a story about a girl who leaves her hometown and then she gets this letter saying, "We want you to come back," and she does, and a loving story about how her hometown really appreciates her and how she appreciates her hometown.
I think we're just waiting for that opportunity to be asked to come home.
Older generations really just need to, talk to us, invite us back.
I would urge them to be open-minded.
They can't be afraid of change.
I think that my advice is to connect with as many young people as you possibly can, and then giving them those opportunities for ownership and real change in the community.
Honestly, before I started this internship, I didn't think I would be back in the area. I wanted to live in a bigger city. That's something I've never been able to experience. But working this internship, I've realized that I can go off and get a 4-year degree in anything I want and still come home and make an impact on my community. It was pretty great.
Growing up, when I heard the word home, a single image would appear in my head. Now, as a college student, after experiencing the welcoming community of UNK, the image of home blurs as two sets of images, locations, and people mingle in my mind. I'm Lydia Bank, and this summer I was blessed with the opportunity to serve my original home, the Nebraska Community Foundation Hometown Internship Program with the Neely Area Community Fund. And boy, did I learn all about what home had to teach me. Having been raised in my community all my life, I had the privilege to develop deep connections and meaningful relationships with members of my community. When I left for college, I remember thinking I was going to have to start this process all over again. What I didn't realize until this internship with Nebraska Community Foundation was that my ties to the community don't have to end when I leave. The connections I built in my home and the ones that I continue to develop this past summer are not connections of proximity, but rather they are connections personally. My community has invested so much in me and others my age, and they are eager to jump at the chance of having us back in the area. This summer revealed that the love and passion that I have for Antelope County is mutual, and the way that others invite us home can come in many different languages. Perhaps it's a hug that lasts a beat longer than expected, or maybe it's an inquiry about school, or perhaps it's a comment on activities that they're keeping up with in my life. In short, our communities have their hands outstretched to us. All we have to do is step into their warm embrace. Our communities are not only there to embrace us, they are there to embrace our ideas and dreams as well. As early as middle school and high school, I had the desire to make a difference for others. I had dreams of serving my community, dreams of playing an active role, and dreams of making a difference for those around me. These dreams continue to throb in my heart, and spending the summer back in my community taught me that these dreams don't have to wait. The difference making gets to start when you say it does. The only pause button on our dreams are the ones that we put there ourselves. We need to start pressing play on our dreams because, as I found out, our dreams are welcomed in Neely. They are welcomed in Kearney, and they are welcomed all across greater Nebraska. These dreams we harbor also entice us to look farther into the future as well. Another crucial lesson my home community taught me. I found the importance of taking time to reflect on the effect that my current actions can have down the road. This summer, our communities were blessed with young, bright interns whose work will far outlast the 3 short months we were able to spend home. I witnessed the process of strategic plans developing, of websites and social media pages blossoming, of asset maps springing to life, and of promotional videos capturing the attention of thousands. And to think, all of these projects were crafted by community members who were 18 to 21 years old. It was humbling to see our work being so supported and our ideas so welcomed and accepted by our funds. Watching our work gain traction and take off in our communities was inspiring. It made me realize that sometimes the smallest push is all that is needed to get the ball rolling. Sharing and working with these fellow interns this summer ignited a passionate fire under me, and it helps me understand that we cannot underestimate the value that we have now, or the value that we can continue to provide throughout the rest of our lives. This value is cherished in the places we call home, whatever our definition of that may be. We can grow where we choose to plant our roots, and we can start making a difference the second we get there. Our dreams are not only welcomed across greater Nebraska, they are needed. They are needed regardless of the curveballs that life throws at us, regardless of the mountains in our paths, and regardless of the pause buttons we place on ourselves. As many of you know, 2020 has been a year full of curveballs, mountains, and pause buttons. It's one of the reasons I'm speaking to you today on a screen instead of in person. However, 2020 has also been a year full of learning, full of resilience, and full of eye-opening experiences. It has shown how close communities can band together, how supportive our homes are, and how much difference even a single individual can make. So, continue to build your connections, continue to dream, and continue to realize the impact you're having. Thank you.
"2020 has taught me."
Oh gosh, 2020.
Oh, wow.
Oh boy, 2020 has been quite the year.
I'll have to think about that for a second.
2020 has taught me about my community that we are resilient.
I'd say we're resilient.
Extremely resilient.
That can adapt to change, that can make the most of a challenging situation.
With challenge comes opportunity, and my community has embraced that, and I'm seeing adaptability, resiliency, and change in a really good way this year.
What 2020 has taught me about Seward County is what I already knew Seward County was, that we're a resilient people that support our own, and they have come through.
I think it's also taught us that the value of shopping local.
Not only with our business, but other businesses in town, you see a lot of people staying local and shopping local, and that really means a lot to us.
I've been looking at local sales tax return as part of my job in economic development, and we actually improved. People supported local businesses.
2020 has taught me about our community that honestly you can work from wherever you're at.
It's taught me that Red Cloud cares. The fact that the Valley Child Development Center could stay open to those essential workers and their families was so impressive.
When we needed to be here for those critical care frontline workers, we were here.
2020 has taught me a lot about my hometown, especially being an intern with the Future Fund in the Columbus Area United Way. I've been able to sit in on so many Zoom calls, obviously, with people that are working so hard to help those who were negatively impacted.
Anyone at any time is going to step up and put their name in and say, this, we need to get this done. And has been huge for me to see that.
I've learned that there are so many leaders in the community who just want us to continue to thrive. There are so many people in the community who may not have realized that they were leaders back in February and now have realized that they have skills and that they have ideas that can really help people and really make a difference for their community and their state and their world.
Just seeing how my community has worked through COVID-19, everyone still took steps to try to protect the people in that community because they don't just care about themselves, they care about the entire community and everyone that's in it.
2020 has taught me that my community's bigger than I thought it was. So it's not just the people even in my church or my home, but it's bigger than that. And sometimes we forget to look outside our own little ways, our own little circles.
Things like this, like a pandemic, it doesn't bring us down, it makes us only stronger.
How strong we are, how we care about each other.
And it's also taught me our community is kind. We hear during this time a lot of things that are unkind on social media. It has taught me we're actually more kind than we think we are.
We need to all keep working together no matter what the political climate is.
There's differing ideas, but at the end of the day, we all can come together and make things work.
It's just taught us that we're all in this together and that in a small town, every person made a difference.
When people come together, there is absolutely no limit to what they can really do with their time, so I think that is something that will inspire me for many years to come.
You feel this assurance that, everything is going to be okay, even though you look at social media, you look at the news, and it's seemingly not, but you've got that kind of assurance behind you and the positivity behind you that everything's going to be okay and we're going to get through this together.
Hello, my name is Megan McNeil Hellberg. I live on a ranch in Loup County, and I am the 2020 Nebraska Teacher of the Year. I am representing the Calamus Area Community Fund, which encompasses the communities of Burwell and Taylor. I am speaking to you tonight as a dedicated community member and teacher. What have I learned during 2020? Well, like most teachers, I feel it's appropriate to break it down into the 3 main points. Number 1, I must continue to seek opportunities. Number 2, I must continue to say yes to adventure. And number 3, I must continue to look for the good. Number 1, we must continue to seek opportunities, knowing full well some of them may be duds. Yes, those opportunities may look a little different now, but they are still out there. Successful people are not more lucky than the rest of us. They are simply knocking on more doors, which increases their chances of success. Say a few projects failed this year. Maybe they didn't come to fruition. Okay, get back out there and knock on a few more doors. Be in charge of your own hustle. Join new committees. Learn a new skill. Take an online class. Nebraskans, 2020 is not over. Start seeking opportunities today. Number 2, we must continue to say yes to adventure. Some of you may know that I absolutely love to travel, and it is a huge priority in my life. This year, many of my trips simply didn't happen. But you know what? That allowed me to do some adventuring in my own backyard. Literally, I started to take walks through the pastures. I started to keep a list of birds I had spotted, and I became reacquainted with the range grasses. Traveling around the USA and the world is amazing, but I'll let you in on a little secret. Nebraska's motto is the good life for a reason. We have places that are prime for adventure, and most of them are naturally socially distanced. Winning! As my good friend says, we can chase our dreams right here in Nebraska. Dreams are not for special people, they are for all people. And number 3, we must continue to look for the good. Now, I know it sounds a little cliche, but when I accepted this phrase as my guiding principle, my life shifted for the better. During 2020, it has been pretty easy to slip into the rabbit hole of negativity. However, we must continue to look for the good in ourselves, in each other, and in our communities. Please do not mistake looking for the good as having toxic positivity. We can still admit that things are not going so well, but in spite of that, we actively choose to find at least one good. It's no surprise that I love the rural sandhills of Nebraska. I chose to move back home. Nobody forced me. However, we can love something an awful lot and still want it to change and grow. This is where I challenge you to take it to the next level. Instead of just looking for the good, create good. We are all capable of creating good in our lives and communities. Isn't that reassuring? Isn't that a relief? Remember, Nebraskans, 2020 is not over yet. It is not a lost cause. Start creating good in your life. I think it's clear that students, teachers, and community members all across the state have learned many valuable lessons during 2020. With that said, I am already dreaming about the 2021 annual celebration in McCook. See you there.
Hi, I'm Mark Graff. On behalf of the McCook Community Foundation Fund, I want to personally invite you to the November 2021 Nebraska Community Foundation's annual celebration here in McCook. We look forward to welcoming you to McCook, home of Sander's Bakery, the first and only James Beard Award winner in Nebraska, site of the only Frank Lloyd Wright designed home in Nebraska, in a town with rich political heritage, and the most effective congressman of the 20th century, my friend here, Senator George W. Norris. So plan to visit McCook in November 2021 and bring your biggest dreams.
Dreams welcome in McCook!